typical day look like? What does a typical week look like? What is the culture of this department? Who would I be working closely with? What's a characteristic of someone who's been successful in this role in the past? Well, that's 5 questions right there that you can ask at the end of your next interview, and we're just getting started. But real quick, if we haven't met, my name is Cassandra and I help career changers go from hating work to happy work. So let's keep going on 25 questions you can steal for yourself to ask at the end of your next job interview. What's a characteristic you're hoping the next person can bring to this role? What is something you'd love for this person to accomplish in the first 30, 60, 90 days? What are some key initiatives you're currently working on? What are the top 3 goals you would want focused on first? Can you tell me about the type of supervision you provide? I'm about to share 2 more questions that are kind of iffy, but might be a good fit for you. But before that, if you want more interview help, grab my impressive interview kit. It has literally everything you need to make sure you look good in your next interview. So you can get it in the description box below. Why is this position open? Now, this one is iffy because a lot of times they're not allowed to tell you, or if they had to fire somebody, they're not going to tell you. But sometimes it's worth asking in case somebody got moved up. Then they might say, well, so-and-so was in this role for 2 years and they now were promoted to yada, yada, yada. And you're like, great, that means there's room for growth. But just know it's a little bit of an iffy question. Why do you like working here? Now, I have very strong feelings on this question. I go into it in depth in another video that I'll put in the description box below. But I do think this is a good filler question if you have to do a panel interview with people that you would be working with and not your supervisor, and you just need like something to ask. Sometimes it's a good filler, but I do want you to remember, just because someone's interviewing you doesn't mean they like their job. So you're assuming a lot when you ask this question. How has the department grown over the last 5 or 10 years? You choose the number. How do you see the company evolving over the next 5 years? And if your company hasn't returned to the office yet, you can ask, what does your return to the office plan look like? How do you see the company's values demonstrated in this role? Now, obviously, these don't all work for every person, but you get to pick and choose which ones work for you. And so if this has been giving you value, if you want more help like this, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when new videos come out. What does the ideal candidate for this role look like? What are the most important qualities or skills for someone in this role to possess? If travel is involved in the role, you can say, can you tell me more about the travel involved in this role? And number 20, if you're interviewing with people who are doing a similar role to what you're interviewing for, you can say, I'd love to hear from you. What have been the best parts and most challenging parts of this role? Okay, remember you're interviewing them too. So these next couple of questions, they're to help with that. What opportunities are there for professional development? What opportunities are there for growth? How do you evaluate success? And now, 2 variations on the hard question that thousands have asked and landed the job. Based on our conversation, is there anything leaving you with hesitancy in further considering me for the position? Based on our conversation, is there anything you'd like me to clarify in order to help you make your decision? Well, that's 25. Now go watch more interview question videos, including the hard question OG video here and more interview tips here. Bye.